大师兄，不可能，对面打野玩 AD 的，对面打野是大师兄。大师兄要16强呢，大师兄太强大了，16强 buff 他，说实话有点，感觉有点小可惜，有点小可怜，不能说可惜了，有点可怜。他每一年都能进世界赛，但是每一年都16强，很稳定的16强，太离谱了，真的。
Thank you very much, Dash, and thank you, Doublelift, for joining me. I'm so sorry things didn't go your way this week with TSM, but I mean, you have a lot of time to come back in the second round robin. But I want to talk about the struggles of the major regions as a whole, because I heard a lot of times that level 1 against Asian team especially is very complicated for LCS and LEC teams. Has it been a struggle for TSM so far?
Yeah, I would say the first game that we played against Fnatic, that really insane level 1 against us, that put us on the back foot pretty hard. And then against Fnatic, against Gen G, it was more normal actually. I think Korean teams actually don't particularly have as much aggressive level 1s as some of the other teams. I think EU is actually pretty creative as far as level 1s go in LPL teams. So yeah, actually this game level 1 kind of had an oopsie in bot lane, but other than that, it was pretty normal. And I think like for us, we actually have a pretty big weakness when it comes to level 1, so we've been trying to work on that throughout the tournament.
Yeah, I can understand that, but I was talking to FlyQuest member earlier today about the fact that coming to Worlds, it's super hard for team because you have your own playstyle, your own domestic playstyle and meta, and then you have to play against teams that you've never faced before, especially this team this year with the LPL. So did you have any struggle translating your style from the LCS to the World stage so far, and why?
I mean, it's not really as much our style as just like gameplay, like just pure gameplay, because it really just comes down to execution. I feel like a lot of styles can work. For example, you know, some teams play through bots, some teams play heavily through top. I think like for the most part, Worlds teams would say that it's a really top-focused meta, and that's exactly what we have been playing through like the entire LCS split that got us success, especially in playoffs. Like, we're smashing every team topside, and then when we come to Worlds, like, just absolute reality is I'm not, like, trying to smack talk my top laner. I think BB's great. It's just, it's not as easy. It doesn't happen as often that, like, we just automatically win the game topside because we have, like, an OP top jungle combo that can dive at level 3 or something like that. So, yeah, I mean, I think teams struggle because they come here, and it doesn't really matter what style you have. Like, if you're like a TL or FlyQuest where you want to scale for late game, it doesn't matter if you want to play through like top, mid, or jungle, or sorry, bot lane. It really just comes down to like how good you are at executing. And then, you know, at the end of Worlds, you would just say like, oh wow, the meta was obviously like X, Y, and Z because like the best team in the world played that way. But yeah, I mean, truthfully, we're just losing because we're getting outplayed, and it has almost nothing to do with our style. Like we tried in scrims to play differently, and it just comes down to like pure execution. I think a team that played a certain way to get to Worlds, they're just going to have more success playing that same way because you just have more repetitions in it, so you're just less likely to make mistakes. And it's kind of what we've been trying to do, which is just like keep our own style.
You mentioned Broken Blade, but there's your jungler also. I mean, you have 2 rookies here coming at Worlds, and I want to know how can you help them, Doublelift? Because when I hear you, you sound very hopeful. I hear a lot of positive things. You know how the game is played. You know how you guys should be able to play. It's just down to execution, as you say. So what do we need to do for TSM to be successful in the second round robin when it comes to mental of the team, everything?
I think we're just choking really hard. Honestly, it's just really embarrassing just how bad we've been playing on stage. Every game, I think, like, our draft has been pretty good. As the game has been completely winnable, like, from a mid-game standpoint. Like, I don't think that we're really making, like, absolutely terrible decisions or anything like that. I think we're just playing, like, unnaturally bad in fights. it just comes down to like if you watch our games, right? Like, or if I'm like playing these games, I think the game is going totally fine, and then we just get blown up in one big fight, and then the gold lead is just so big that the only thing that we really can do is like bleed or take another fight. We lose the next fight, and then the game is just over. It's pretty much the story of all 3 of our games, and I mean that doesn't sound super hopeful, but I guess what I'm saying is like the nerves feels pretty rough right now. I think our team just needs a little bit more confidence, a little bit more like, I don't know, I don't really know how to describe it. You know, you see like some like magic with the team. Once we get going, I feel like we're going to start playing like ourselves. But any fans who are watching us play realize like all of our plays are going really poorly. It doesn't go like super smooth, I guess, in the fights. Just like we're just getting wiped. And it's hard for us right now to judge like when we're playing in this high pressure situation. I feel like it's hard for us to judge like, is the fight winning? Is the fight losing? Like if it is winning, like how exactly is it winning? Like what is our like win condition within the fight? And so we're kind of all over the place. We're hitting different targets, et cetera, et cetera. That's my just opinion of it. And I think it can be fixed, of course, because we just need to talk about it. We need to address the problem. And I think the main thing is like, we really need to go into practice, giving it our full effort, like, because, you know, if we lose one more game, I'm pretty sure we're basically out. And that's not something I actually kind of feel comfortable, because that's something that has happened to me personally and to TSM for so long. It's like, you know, in playoffs, we were just one game away constantly from being knocked out, and maybe this is our comfort zone. You know, it's like the elimination point, the match point. That's maybe good for us. Strangely, I think it might take away some of our team's nerves and make us play better.
I really hope you'll have some time to regain this confidence you were mentioning. And Doublelift, you should know that you have a lot of fans. And you know that you have a lot of fans behind you, supporting you, who trust you. And I'm sure you will turn it around. But for now, thank you very much for the interview. And good luck for the second round, Robin.
Thank you.
And back to you, Dash.
We weren't a strong team. That's why we didn't advance. We weren't strong enough of a team. I think we were a strong team, actually. I think this year, more than any other year, I feel like we were a strong team that just got fucking unlucky, man. Why am I so unlucky every year? It's so disgusting. It's so fucking depressing. But yeah, I think we are a strong team that can beat anybody. And that's why it's hurt so bad this year, because we weren't able to show it. And I hate when people say better luck next year, you know, like don't ever say that, please, to your favorite pros, because it's so empty, it's so meaningless, it's so far away. This year is over, and we tried our best.